Alrighty folks, we're back at it again. Right, just finished the second cut. 2 cuts. So that's good, right? We're getting there. You beauty. Something I'd like to share with you that's important, that I found out that's important. So why not share, right? And here's another little tip. What I've been doing, even though I get caught up in the scrolls, I've made the decision to go, well, whilst I'm here, let's get rid of the nonsense. And be it that I'm going to consume content, assume the content that is relevant towards that which I seek to create, right? So one of that, or part of that content, is woodworking. Now, where we have a look here, and my dad might have told me this way back when, but I've killed a few brain cells along the way. I think they're coming back, you beauty. But this was on a short or a reel, right? And it was paying attention to the knots in the wood. Now, I may have stuffed this up. Someone will go, "Oh, mate, you're upside down." Right? So I'm like, I say a lot on my video, I'm learning as I go, folks. Right? So I'll just put in little arrows to say, hey, this is the way the grain is going. And the theory is, if that's the grain, then that's going against the grain, right? So therefore, anything that is of load bearing, you want it to be going against the grain, because that's going to have the greatest resistance. Does that make sense? What does to me? Makes absolute sense. And I never picked up on that. So it was a reel a guy was putting in post, and he's like, hang on mate, you have to take that out, that's upside down. He's like, what? How can it be upside down? He said, because look, and like I said, I might be upside down, but just the way I was thinking is that, and I probably bloody am, right? That probably is up. But when I looked at that one down there, give you a close look, so one of you experts can say, "Oh, you're right, you got it right, mate," or "Yeah, you are upside down." Okay. So when I looked at the taper, I was thinking, if you look on a branch, that the heaviest or the thickest part will be on the bottom, because it's load bearing, right? So I was like, okay, I think that's going up. But then that could be going up. It's a tricky one. I'm learning as I go. Right? But I'd never ever considered that, right? So there's a bit of wood. That's where I want to cut it, and away you go. So this one here. So usually the chute is above, right? Never below. So I was like, no, I think that's up. I think that's up. So, yeah, because the sleep is going to be sitting in here, right, on that compression point, and then just like I said, I've got L brackets coming in here, or I might just put a scrap of wood on the other side of this and then bolt that and create a sandwich, if that makes sense. 2 bits of wood clamping with bolt to create compression in the wood this way. So I've got compression that way, and I'm going to have load coming this way. So that's my theory. I'm an amateur. Right. So I'm learning as I go, but I'm happy to share with you what I'm doing. So we made lots of dust, but I have an idea eventually we'll be putting into play. Just got to create some type of system. But you see my little charcoal burner, right? And you can buy these little fire starters, and I think they're compressed cardboard or maybe compressed sawdust with some type of ignition fluid. Right, hang on. I'm working on a boat, a wood one, be it so. There's a good chance I will be making a lot of sawdust. Got the shop vac, and I had a little ponder and a little light bulb moment. What if, what if we vac up the sawdust and then we keep it aside? We'll keep it in a bag or something like that. Tupperware container might be a better option. Just keep it sealed and dry. And then create some type of jig, and the thinking is this: a bit of PVC pipe, obviously put a butt on the end or a plug, wooden plug on the end, and then a G clamp. And so you put your little bit of sawdust in this bit of PVC pipe, and then I just G clamp it and compress it, you see, and make my own little fire starter pellets. And then the theory will be to have them sitting in a jar. So I need to do an experiment on this, and I'll show you how it goes. And you can do this too if you want to. And then have them soaking in terps overnight, and then find a way to store them. Because that's another thing I'll be using a lot on this boat. Will be turpentine. Not only I feel it's a good wood preserver, it's a cleaner, it's a fire. I can use it as a fire starter, as a lubricant, as a paint thinner. It's a very versatile liquid. So there you go, little something for you, just to help maximize the usage of things. That which was once just a discarded thing, it's as you live this way, or in this way, you begin to pay more attention, I think. So even though I'm on a boat and it might not be classed as off-grid living, I think it is, the resourcefulness begins to kick in, and you pay attention to stuff like, hang on, I can repurpose this sawdust, make a jig, compress it with a G clamp, make my own pellets. Boom, there's my little fire starters. You see? Then the next will be how to make your own hot beads, because making charcoal is a very, which is not necessarily laborious, but it is quite wasteful, because you've got to burn a lot of wood to create the charcoal. So maybe it is a little bit laborious. And I like these beads because they don't smoke. They take a bit to get going. So yeah, that's where we're at. Anyway, just wanted to share that with you, lovely folks. And until the next update, what are you up to? I'm curious to know. Anyone tuning in, like what's something you're getting on that? Okay, or what's something that you learnt about wood or woodwork that you didn't know before, and bang, hang on, that makes a whole lot of sense and it's helped you out.